Hi, in this video we're going to be learning how we can create functions that will accept input parameters, and we're going to treat these input parameters as numbers and make these functions perform specific actions on these input parameters. Alright, so let's get started. Now I'm going to create a function that is just going to print out the square of the input that we pass in. Okay, so to start off, to create a function, we need to use the define keyword. I'm going to use the name print square over here. And inside the bracket, I'm going to put x. So x is the variable that is going to be used within the function, okay, to perform any form of computation or algorithms. And when I call this function, I need to make sure I pass in x, okay, as the input parameter here. Now, so over here, I'm just going to do a print square of x equals to x multiplied by x. Okay, so this function is just going to print out the square of whatever number that we pass in. Okay, and the starting of the program, I'm going to put it here, start of program. Okay, and now we're going to call this function print square, and I'm going to call it twice, first with a parameter of 3 and the next one with a parameter of 7. Okay, so let's run this and see what happens. So as you can see, the start of the program is over here, this first line, and then I call the print square function, passing in a parameter of 3. So it prints out 3 times 3, which is 9, and the second time I pass in 7 and it prints out 7 times 7, 49. Okay, besides besides passing a single parameter, you can also have functions that accept multiple parameters. Okay, so define. Okay, I'm going to create a new function here. I'm going to call this function compare. So compare x comma y. So this is going to this function is going to take in two parameters, x and y, and it's going to compare both of them and print out whether x is greater than y, less than y, or if they are the same. Okay, so this is also a good chance for you to revise your if-else concepts. So you're going to start off with if x greater than y, print x is greater than y. Okay, else if x less than y, print x is lesser than y. And finally else. Okay, so either x is greater than y or x is less than y. If not, they are both the same. So I can just print both the numbers are the same. Okay, so let's call this function over here, compare. So I'm going to call it 2 times. First time, I'm going to make sure the x parameter is bigger than the y parameter. And the next time, I'm going to pass in a smaller number first and a bigger number. And let's do it one more time. Okay, I'm going to pass in both the same numbers. Okay, so let's run this module. Alright, so you can see that over here what we have is the very first time I call compare, the first parameter x is greater than the second parameter 2, so this line is executed. The second time, the first parameter x is lesser than the second parameter 7, so this line is executed. Okay, as you can see here, first line and second line. And the last time I pass in both the numbers as the same, so it prints out that both the numbers are the same. So as you can see, functions help us a great deal in modularizing our code. Okay, that makes it a lot more readable, okay, and manageable. At the same time, it allows us to very efficiently reuse our code. okay, so that we only need to write that block of code once and we can reuse it multiple times in our program. Okay, so I hope this video has given you a great uh, idea on how we can actually go about creating functions with multiple input parameters and use them effectively in our code. All right, thank you very much, and I will see you in the next lesson. Bye.